Tuanzie wapi?
Tuanzie beginning. Tumetoka kuwatch nini
We've
first of
just come
all?
from watching Supernova.
Yes.
Martin Kigondu, writer, director, producer, one-man show, one-man event.
One man everything.
One man everything. Of course, he had helps.
Yeah, with the stage manager.
Yeah.
Costume
Set designer.
Yeah.
Costume.
Light.
Ushers, lighting,
Light,
KNT, obviously the Kenya National Theatre participated.
Yeah.
So
let's dive into the story.
Let's dive right into it.
Yeah.
What was that?
Matu. I know. Like, wow.
Yo.
Yeah.
So the short of the summary, it's just a piece about a man who is going through it, like through it.
Sure. And it's from grieving about his daughter.
Yeah.
Marriage
his
has
wife
fallen
going through
apart.
Postpartum depression.
Yeah.
And his life as like a man who is struggling to navigate this society, and it's and all it is about balls.
And all is it about balls? Yeah. The balls, and the ball games. Football, volleyball, and the actual ball. Like going ballistic.
Going ballistic also.
Yeah.
So it's really a journey, different characters. It takes on different characters.
That's also something I liked about him, how he switches from one character to the other.
Yeah.
And assuming the role of the father,
the priest.
The priest. Wow, the priest.
The Catholic priest.
Yeah.
Who was saying some stuff.
Say it, it's some
shady shit between the sheets type of stuff. So of course it has a lot of humor. Yeah,
and it also reminds me of just how sometimes you are grieving and religion doesn't allow you to, or people around you don't want you to grieve. You're told God will take care of it. You're told you're a man. You need to move on.
Yeah.
And all that. It's
but also how even while grieving is not for men. Mourning is not for men.
Yeah.
It's not. They're not allowed to. It belongs to women. And even the priest was emphasizing that. You, the mother of the child, you, the family of the child, and avoiding him, ignoring him.
The father is totally out of the picture.
He wasn't important because the baby was so little.
Yeah, and it belonged to the mother.
And it belonged to the mother, that a baby at that age should belong to the mother, that a man is not allowed to have any connection to that child, or at least it does not matter to society. Man, it really put us in the pocket of what men go through.
Yeah. Oh, and the final act, when now this man, all these things have really overwhelmed him.
Yeah.
Transitioning from a good job, from a good family, from a good house.
Yeah, when you have everything, when you have the house of your dreams, of course it can be bigger when you grow a family.
Sure.
But when you have a baby coming, you have a wife who's she's the life of the party.
Yeah.
And you everything is working out for you in the beginning, and then all of a sudden
crumbles.
You don't know where it starts. You can't pinpoint it.
Yeah. You just realize when your wife is leaving, and you're like, "But we've been living together." Like,
and it just tells the other perspective.
Yeah.
Wow. Of like, what we don't hear. Actually, it talked about cheating.
Yeah.
In such an interesting way, a very simple way. Like if I was to tell you I was cheating, it would be, and then I did this, and then it was the legs, and then it was this, and she poured something, and then
one thing led to the other. Yeah. And then we did it.
I mean, there was nothing like I have always adored her, and she's the love of my life. It was like in this moment, I just thought everything is aligning. I just
realized that she's been beautiful.
She's been here.
Yeah.
She's been beautiful. She has beautiful legs. She has a beautiful ass. And all of a sudden,
she needs my compliments.
OMG.
And even how she blushes, tickles me.
and the way she laughs in this moment, it's perfect.
Yeah.
She actually is connecting to me more than my wife, who is not here, who left me without a conversation.
Yeah, and went and locked herself in a room for months and months on without talking to me. And And also, I've always heard about postpartum depression for mothers who've just given birth, and I haven't come really closer to it. But Martin has really made me, come closer to that, and just how a mother can even doesn't want to look at the baby.
No, but that's postpartum. Like I understand postpartum in some way in my own version. Of course, everybody has their own particular versions. So Martin here tells us the other side that men can be going through something that's close to postpartum. Actually, these people call it postpartum also. But that he's also the man is also important to this conversation. And no one made any chance of trying to involve him in the conversation, or
from the wife's friends,
from the mother
church.
of the wife, to the whole family, to the friends of the wife. So I think we can talk about the set. The set was simple and effective, I think.
I think so too. I liked how the setup of the home where he lives and the work, the radio station, and that was before he transitioned, and when he's lost almost everything. Also, just how it's now like a dystopia, or emptiness and lack of order, and having nothing really except your life.
Having lost everything that matters to a man of a certain age. The wife, the kid, the house, the job. Nothing holds any meaning anymore. And that is seen in the set. Like, it's very clear that everything is scattered. He's trying to put things together. He's trying to work through
and
what he's feeling, while also reminding himself that he's a man.
That's how we do it.
That's how men do it.
That's how we do it.
But also, that's just a front.
Sure, that's just a facade. Deep inside he's hurting. He's
deeply,
feeling lost, feeling empty. But also what he says about while other men are adding an extra car, building another house, having another baby, him is moving from a bigger house to
a bed sitter.
Or maybe a single room.
OMG, man. And like, where is the place where he can go to feel?
There's none. And so he tries looking for healing from friends,
from his father, who is
who has just discovered weed in his 60s
and
he's having
his life
fun.
So far. He's having a good time.
He's compensating for the years he never used to.
And his father gives him some very good lessons in life. They're very choiceful. They're very few. They're like a handful, but they make a difference in maybe how he's going to move from all that calamity. So we can talk about lighting. The lighting of the show was also simple, and it wasn't extravagant. It's not trying to do anything. It's just trying to give us
the moment
to light the show, for the message to come through. A choice of like wearing white as a costume as the priest versus a light that's green. And it carrying this layer of distortion of like how demented the Catholic Church and how it how deceitful it is.
The symbol of deception, the symbol of is discrimination in a way.
Exactly.
And
without being without saying it, but also
like,
representing that character for society to reflect on themselves. And for this color to carry something, it will make you question, why didn't he just stand there with just a normal light wearing white? Something happens to this costume, this white costume, and it carries
meaning.
It carries a level, a message of deceit, a message of lies, a message of convolution.
And while the pastor thinks he is consoling he's helping the family to heal,
very
is actually breaking.
Yeah, it's actually breaking a whole family.
Yeah.
And not supporting the man. Himself is a man. He's not supporting the man who's also going through this grief.
Sure.
Deeply, because also the saddest part is that this man does not understand why he's not being told what happened to his child.
So he's told the child had bronchitis, but deep down he feels there's more to it, and nobody is ready to have a conversation with him.
Is he merited to ask this question? You know, is he important enough to be allowed to ask these questions and get answers? Because we always look for closure and resolution in life. But these people refusing because he's a man. Like, move on. You can move on.
You can move on.
You know?
Or let your wife,
she's dealing with too much. We're
don't
dealing with
get
too
near
much.
her,
We've set up everything. We've taken care of. You're just supposed to show up.
Sure. But really, is showing up the only thing that, this father should do?
So what are the challenges that were we can sort of like say like this is what could have been worked on?
For me it was about the change between the acts and between the scenes. The transitions. When he's changing from one character to the other, when he's going to have a costume change. I think him going all the way outside, back to the
and
backstage,
then there's that dead moment that's filled
really
up with
long
music that is not supposedly I mean Martin is brilliant with like choosing a soundtrack.
Sure.
And you can watch that in his movies and in all his shows. But still it takes something away from the connection we had made with the performance.
Right? With the character.
With the character, with where we were going. And so every time we have to reinvest a lot of energy
to get back there.
Get back to like, oh, it's you, okay. And where were we?
Where did we leave each other?
Where did we leave you up?
Sure. I think he needs to improve on that next time. I think he could also really have worked on the lights, to work on some moments in the first half, because there was a first half and then there was like a 15 minutes break act to like other little breakdowns of breaks that were unnecessary, if you ask me personally. But regardless, you sit there and you are transported to him as an old man, him as a young man, him as a man who has been stripped without anything to hold on to. And you realize that it's not really about the profession that you do, it's really about the humanity, it's about
connection. I really like the metaphor of the supernova, the box, the man with the box, and the whole philosophical.
When a puppy that was put in a box, and there are holes meant for the puppy to breathe, but the holes are for the puppy to look up into the sky and and believe that there is bigger, that there is more, that and then the supernova being this conversation about a star dying, and whether it turns into a black hole, or it breaks into many stars, into constellations. And it's such a beautiful metaphor. Sure, that was really, I also felt connected because I'm right now very obsessed with the constellation.
And you'll know more soon.
You'll know more about this obsession of mine with the
why
constellation.
He's obsessed.
But be patient.
Be patient. All in all, I mean, it's not one of those shows that grab you because of all the elements of making theater.
No,
it's about the story.
It's about what are we saying about this particular
issue. It's about
issue.
A different version of masculinity that we never get to see on stage. It's about vulnerability and masculinity together. It's about texture and depth and nuance, to like a man who's going through this, who's trying to be a man, who doesn't know what it means to be a man, who was always called a girl.
Was always called a girl, and was they did
that to Pendo. They did that to my son. Like, because he's so beautiful. Every time what's her name? And I had to remind them it's a boy. And then at some point I was like, maybe it doesn't matter.
But it matters, because you will remember. Martin remembers how.
Okay, he was a
okay. But so nowadays it doesn't happen.
Nowadays I hope it doesn't. Okay, there's people still refer to him as a beautiful. beautiful girl.
Beautiful girl, beautiful man.
You know, yeah, but we have to like at least remind them that it's a boy, that he was born a boy.
Yeah.
It might not be important in the long run in his life.
Yeah.
But right now
that's
how he's seen in society, of how he enters society.
Yeah.
He's a boy.
He's a boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so dealing with all this, so Martin has really weaved through this story in a very interesting and captivating, and I think everyone can feel something by watching
him. It's very gripping. It grips you. Doesn't let you go until the end, and then the end rips you apart.
Oh my god, we were waiting for the next arc.
OMG.
And then we're told that was the end. Wow.
OMG.
I think we'll leave them at this point. Martin is bringing another show.
And we will review it.
We will review it, okay?
The second iteration. Or maybe the third. It will be the third.
It will be the third.
But we're really looking forward. We've really had a good time.
Okay.
For me, I haven't had this experience in theatre in a long time. And I think we've gone back to the basics of theatre.
Thank you, Martin. Same to me. I've learned and enjoyed. Bye.
Next time.